going on, guys, gals? It's a gorgeous day. 80 degrees. I'm about to lose my voice, so bear with me, guys. Alright, so best way to support me if you're watching, just watch the video all the way through, free of charge. I'm going to cover 3 cases in this one video. A little mix up in what I usually do, but I will go ahead and start off with the Summer Wells case. After hearing Dawn discuss there may have been some truth in, holding Summer and an angel telling him that something may be happening to Summer soon. I got to doing some research and come to find out that Dawn is from Utah, and there is a lot of religious people out there, and nothing to do with religious people or anything like that. But if you take someone that has probably a real severe mental illness, and then that person gets into a religion with a severe mental illness, then it can get to what's called, in my opinion, extremism, aka, or also the Vallow case. I'm sure that woman's got a screw or two loose upstairs, and then she got into the religion there, and Dad Chad Daybell, and I'm gonna talk about that next. But I'm kind of worried, guys. I'm kind of worried. And during this whole Summer Wells investigation, religion has played a big factor in it. I don't know if y'all know that or not. I mean, they were saying that Don was writing weird religious stuff on the walls when he was working for Tucker. And they turned that into the TV. That was before Summer got gone. But they didn't turn it in until after Summer got gone, because they thought he was, it's like, whatever, paint over it or whatever. And then, Dawn makes the religious reference to the angels telling him that, making him feel like something was going to happen to Summer. I just hope, I really hope that this ain't another, and I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying I hope it ain't, issue like the Lori Vallow case, you know what I mean? I hope it's not. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, that, it's out there. It could be. I mean, it could be 100 different things, but you've got to look at certain aspects. Like if someone says the theory of, could she have been eaten by a bear? Well, there would have been more than likely some evidence of that. You know what I mean? Clothing, blood, So when I'm looking into things as to, you know, what could have happened, you know, the evidence, the religious evidence is there. And, you know, on top of that, you know, if there's some mental illness going on there too, that just exacerbates it. And I just, you know, may not be good, guys, may not be good. So now that's our way. Let's jump into the Lori Vallow case. I was watching the news. They said that, I guess because there is a shortage of medicine that is used in the, you know, the death penalty. That they could resort back to a firing squad. And everybody's all in a hoopla about the firing squad. You know, it's Utah, and you know, there's a shortage of the medicine that's used to, you know, put them to sleep and then send them into cardiac arrest. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. While it would be nice for some of these people to revisit the firing squad, I don't think it's going to happen. Because you gotta understand, because the news is really pushing, hey, they could get the firing squad, you know, and it's getting people kind of excited, I think. But when you're on death row, Lord, it could be, you know, like if they're talking about Chad Daybell, because they've done took the death penalty off the table for Lori. So Chad Daybell could get it. I've not seen or heard where it's been taken off the table yet for Chad Daybell. So what I think I was reading in the news is for Chad Daybell, not Lori. So if I said Lori, I apologize. But I mean, if Chad Daybell does get, you know, the death penalty, it could be 2060, 2070 before they execute him. And then by then, you know, by that time, they'll already have the medicine and the drugs needed to redo the lethal injection. That's what I was trying to say. Lethal injection. You know, I'd say the shortage is probably only going to last maybe a year or two. But when these people get on death row, you know, it's 20, 30, 40 years before they carry out the execution. So I really doubt that if Chad does get, you know, the death penalty, which I doubt he will, you know, I mean, again, states just don't like doing it. They don't. Beats me, but yeah, I wouldn't get too excited about a firing squad, because, you know, by the time 2050 rolls around, I'm sure that they'll have the supplies in demand again. They'll have it ready. So I don't see anybody getting the firing squad, unless, you know, it's people that's been waiting on death row for 20, 30 years, and it's their time now, you know what I mean? Then those people could get it. But anybody being convicted, like right now, within, you know, this year or next year, I don't see them getting the firing squad, just because it takes so long to carry it out. Oh, and the other thing I was going to talk about, guys, Stephen Smith. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, Don, what's your opinion? Have you seen, the only photo that I've seen was of him laying in the road, And you know, the image is blurred out. Now I will tell you this, based on my experience of hunting, I'll just say that, based off my experience in hunting, looking at that picture, in my opinion, that's where it was carried out. That's where the trauma was carried out, right there, in my opinion. Looking at, because you've got like I would say a good quart of blood right there in the road, a good quart. And it would be nice to see more crime scene photos, but based off just that one photo that's on the internet, I have to assume that from just my experience, that's where the trauma happened. Because I looked and there wasn't really any other, but you're not going to be able to see it with those low resolution blurred out photos. But I didn't see it in any news articles, anything where, you know, the police were saying, you know, there was a blood trail leading up to where he was in the middle of the road. Because then that would lead you to believe the trauma happened somewhere else, and maybe that's where he ended up, dropped, and, you know, probably bled to death. But nothing like that was said. So, in my opinion, and him being in the middle of the road is suspicious too, because nobody walks in the middle of the road, not unless you're drunk or, you know, whatever. So, and they're called it a homicide. So, I think maybe whoever had him in the truck. If they was using a truck, I'll just say they had him in their vehicle alive, got him out of the vehicle at that spot, caused the trauma to him, and then drove off. That's going to be my observation of it. Because there's just, you know, there's just too much blood right there around his head for the trauma to have been really caused. It's almost like almost like he hit his head on the pavement right there and just passed away. But, you know, I don't think that's what happened. I think I think there was trauma caused to his head. He dropped there, and, you know, the rest is history. But I do think, you know, he was taken there by a vehicle. He was, in my opinion, you know, they got him out of the vehicle right there, caused the trauma, and then they took off. Left him in the middle of the road and took off. Because I just don't see someone walking in the middle of the road, and no, I don't see all that. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Drop some comments below. I'm going to get off here. My voice is trying to go out on me. I'm feeling a little bit better, but other than my voice trying to go out on me. If I'm not on here tomorrow, you know why, because my voice is trying to go out, so may need to give it a break. But let me know what you think about everything I said today, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.